thought I'd do a really quick tour while it's sunny, just of this part, this little section of the garden. So here's my seedlings that are basking. Don't really need to be in the cold frame now, they're just there to, well, for space saving reasons. So we've got lots of, well, statice, cosmos, crispedia, that's the one that looks a bit like grass. What else? Achillea. Yeah, a couple more. Crispedia. And there's more of the same, really. A few snapdragons. These tall ones are Scabiosa stellata, the drumstick variety. I've got some raspberry cuttings at the back and some dahlia cuttings that I got from Halls of Hedon that have been potted up, and they'll probably stay where they are for another couple of weeks, I think, until they've grown a bit more. So this is I think this is southwest facing border, and I really wanted to show you this Astrantia because it's so pretty. It looks gorgeous at the moment. This is, so I'm trying not to get my shadow in the video, but it's pretty hard. Yeah, so I got this from Farmer Gracie. This is last year. I got this as a bare root, and I only had a few flowers on it last year, but this year you can see it's really, there's lots and lots of blooms on it, and it's so pretty. I think it's Astrantia Roma, and it's just, yeah, this lovely, lovely pinky colour. I just think it's gorgeous. And next to that, I've got some Astilbe, which is got buds on. So that will hopefully be in flower soon, and there'll be some pink plumes. A bit more Astrantia there. At the back, there's a Helianthus Lemon Queen, which obviously has not got flowers yet, but it probably won't flower till August, September. And then this border here, we've got more Astilbe, some Achillea, summer pastels, which is budding up now. I've planted a few more Alliums last autumn, so we've got I think it's Christophi, and that one is the first to open at the back. Can you see that? Really, really, really love that. It's a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be as tall as like the regular like Sensation ones, but it's actually quite short. Still really, really pretty though. And next to that I've got some Liatris, which obviously will flower a bit later in the summer. Yeah, more Achillea, that's an Echinacea. I've planted some Pescaria, I think it's pronounced Pescaria, some Status seedlings, which I thought were dead. I thought they died after I planted them, but then they seem to have come back. They look much more alive now, so I think maybe they just wanted the warm weather, and now we've got the warm weather, they're looking like they are actually growing. So they have like the basal rosette, and then you see the leaves will come out from the centre and grow horizontally. I've never grown Status before, so I'm really, really excited to see what these look like. Some grass that I think looks dead. No grass ever seems to grow in this border, it just dies, but you know, never mind, I've tried. More Achillea that's budding up. At the wall there, that's a climbing winter jasmine, which is obviously not in flower at the moment. And I've also planted the other day a passion flower vine. Can you just see the leaves there? So that means that I'll get some flowers in the summer on this wall, and in the winter I'll have the yellow jasmine flowers. I've also got this honeysuckle. Can't remember the name of it. It's like Gold Flame or something like that. Really pretty orangey red flowers on it. That's a eucalyptus tree which I coppiced earlier in the spring. I think it was March, and I was really worried that I'd killed it, and it was an absolutely beautiful tree. But apparently if you want the cut foliage, this is what you have to do. So, but you can see there is growth coming, so I haven't killed it. So hopefully we'll get some nice fresh foliage off that in a few months. Next to that is a hydrangea. That's one of the pinnacle, is that right? Sort of the cone-shaped ones, a queen and pink diamond or something like that, which is still quite small. There's another eucalyptus that I very cruelly beheaded. And next to that is a peony, which hasn't got any flowers yet, 'cause it's still only a couple of years old. And then that's willow that I cannot get rid of. I actually cut that right back and it's sprung back. I think it's like a grey willow. I never planted it, it was here already, and I just need to pull it up, really, because it's drowning out everything else around it, like this lovely viburnum opulus. I'll try and get a bit closer to that, which flower, it's got some lovely flowers on. In the corner there's a Virginia creeper climbing in that corner, which has got some lovely green leaves now. And this big tree is a curly willow, which is absolutely enormous. I think I planted that about 3 years ago, and it was like a £2 plant from Morrison's. It was basically just a twig, and now 3 years later it's pretty big. I do like it though. I like the curly stems, and I like the way it's sort of starting to drape with the leaves. So this bed is a new bed. This is like a no-dig bed. I'd sort of extended this border a little bit, and it's got some Allium seedlings that I've planted. I've also scattered some cornflower seeds in here and a few other bits and bobs. Here is my cut flower, sort of one of my cut flower beds, and I've got some Godetia seedlings, and I think I've sowed some Nigella as well in here. There will be a few other things going in there as well, like Ami. At the back I've got some roses that were planted bare root this year, some alliums that haven't fully opened yet. These are a pink variety, and I will post a picture of those when they're in flower. So more roses. These are Queen of Sweden roses, which I think I can see some buds starting to form. That one is not a Queen of Sweden, that's a Simple Life climbing rose, and that's got some buds on it, and that's looks like it's doing really well there. There's another Queen of Sweden, and here's my other cold frame, and lots of seedlings. I've got a few lavender cuttings, more Eucalyptus, snapdragons, and there's a few herbs like rosemary. I got some chocolate mint from the garden centre the other day for my son, because he really likes mint. So really interested to see how that goes and what we can do with it. There's echinaceas, dahlias, this dahlia which had been potted up ages ago, and I honestly thought it wasn't going to come, and then I can just see something springing up, and I think the dahlia is actually springing up now. It could be a weed. So I think that was a blue bayou, like one of the open daisy-shaped dahlias. And in there's some Scabiosa perfecta there, cosmos, I think that's status, snapdragons, another dahlia, Scabiosa. I'm probably going to sell a few of these just because I'm going to have a few surplus. I haven't got huge growing space. I want to obviously add more and more every year. And this is one of the raised beds, this will be the dahlia bed when I plant them all up. I planted one in, Dahlia Ivana, and the sweet peas there, Charlie's Angels, which definitely, they are growing, but the sweet peas are nowhere near where they were this time last year. That is actually, I think that's a delphinium, but I don't know if slugs ate it or something else, but I think I'm just going to pull it up because it's just a stump. And I also want to make room for my dahlias. That is I think that might be a delphinium or a larkspur as well. That one looks healthy, so I'll try and keep that one. And I think these are some oxeye daisies, which are sort of seeded from a meadow mix I sowed in here last year. But they can stay in there for a bit longer until the dahlias go in. And this is my snapdragon bed. A few more sweet peas here as well at the side. I think I'm going to put some beetroot in here as well, in between the snapdragons, just because I really want to grow more vegetables. And I don't see why I can't grow vegetables and flowers together, so I'm going to try and do that. There's a couple of climbers at the back. There's a Morning Glory and what's that one called? Black-eyed Susan, which I bought ages ago and it's not really been doing much. So hopefully I need to attach that jute netting a bit better, and hopefully they'll climb up there. And this was my vegetable patch. You can hear the bees from the ceanothus now, which is hanging over. So this was a vegetable patch, but I think you can now safely say it's a raspberry patch. The raspberries have taken over, and there's a few Allium Purple Sensation which are fighting with the raspberries, but I'm really happy to see them. They've definitely multiplied since I got them. I planted those a few years ago and they come back every year. So you can see little raspberry buds starting to form, or little raspberry flower heads. And there's a bit of rosemary that's really woody. I never cut it. I should do. There is also a black currant in there, but I fear it's been swamped by the raspberries. The raspberries have definitely taken over this bed, which is fine because my son really loves raspberries, so they will definitely all get eaten. And here's my greenhouse, which I'm not really using much anymore except just a bit of storage space. So I've got some green Ami, can't remember what it's called, Visna or something. The green Ami is in there. Some different various seedlings at the bottom which need to be pricked out. I think that's my phlox, my one and only phlox that has germinated. Some more Ami. I've actually got some hollyhocks in here. Yeah, some hollyhock. Summer Carnival, I think those are. So they'll be good for next year. More Achillea, Cosmos. A few, I think that's Calendula. Hollyhock. Yeah, and that's everything. This is my southwest facing area. There's a few other things like on my son's climbing frame. There's strawberry plants and a blueberry, which you can see. Look, got some little blueberries coming there, and loads and loads of blueberry flowers. He's got a little planter with a trellis, and I planted some Morning Glory there, we sowed the Morning Glory seeds, and you can see the little tendrils starting to climb up there. I think these are oxeye daisies. I think they've self-seeded possibly, but I'll leave them there for now. And there's a little apple tree we grew, and more strawberries that have sort of spread. So yeah, that's the whole of this sort of the southwest sunny area. I think I'll do a separate tour of this fence, by the way. I know it looks really scruffy. It is just to keep the dog off while the seedlings were germinating. He still does sit on the flower beds. He's actually poorly at the moment. He had an operation yesterday to have a lump removed. So I'll let him off sitting on my flower bed right now. He's fine. He just doesn't like wearing the cone. He probably shouldn't be sitting on there and getting his bum dirty. That's where he had the operation. Right, so that's how my garden's looking this morning on the 2nd of June.